Coming to you from the heart of the Dirty 30, it's South Alabama's #1 podcast, Drive Time with DJ and KJ.
Jenny, you're the girl for me. You don't know me, but you make me so happy.
Help us for the rodeo on Thursday. So as far as we're concerned, the rain will be gone maybe by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, maybe early Thursday morning, and we can move forward.
So it's supposed to come in tomorrow night, is that right? Is that what they're saying?
Midday, I think.
Midday?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
It's pretty fast moving. It shows Thursday sometime almost in South Carolina.
Does it keep moving off to the east?
Now, this is predictions.
Yeah, well, that's good. We need it to, we definitely need it to do that, for sure.
The cone doesn't even, as of this morning, the cone shape doesn't even have Escambia County on it. So if we don't get much rain, that'll be better. But if we do get some, it won't hurt us either.
So either way, we're good, is what you're saying.
I'm hoping so. We've been spraying for mosquitoes, so it may make the mosquito population a little heavy down there. You know, with the rain washing our mosquito spray away, but we're trying to get everything cleaned up and sprayed real good and ready for some rodeo action. Like I said, the stocks will be coming in late tonight, he told me, and so even if you want to ride out there and get a little taste of it, you can go out there and see some of our stock coming in, I'd say tomorrow morning, and see the beautiful new arena we've got. The mayor and the city council have done an excellent job. Scott Payton, his crew with the city. We have brand new bleachers that are just outstanding looking. They hold over 1,000 people. We still have some smaller bleachers too for overflow, but I think everybody will be able to come and get a good seat, be able to see 3 nights of rodeo action.
And they're also, they're fully equipped for handicap too.
Absolutely. Nice handicap ramp.
Yes.
So don't let that keep you from coming.
So I saw where they put the bleachers. Are bleachers on both sides or just one side?
Currently just on one side, but they've left room
to put them on
the other side as well.
They have some of the smaller ones on the other side for temporary.
I got you. Well, I'll tell you one thing. They got some nice bleachers they put in. I mean, that whole place is nice.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I've said for years, I've said this to DJ, I've told Hal this. I've said for years, O'Bannon Park is the most underutilized park in Bruton.
Yes.
I mean, compared with all the other parks that are basically out in the open, you think about O'Bannon and you don't see a lot of people ever really down there that much. I mean, I know we go down there on Sundays and run the dogs around. You don't see anybody.
In the past 5 years, that park has seen a major transformation, and it's starting to get a lot of use too. Melanie mentioned the Appleton Saddle Club last weekend. We appreciate them promoting our rodeo. They had a really big group of people competing in their show last weekend. Had over 60 riders in their open 4D, and Melanie mentioned the condition of the dirt in the arena, and Scott is aware of that too, and they're working to get the ground fixed so it'll be in a little better condition, a little more compact.
I take it he's out there this morning because I saw a post. He's wanting somebody to come run some barrels and let him check and see how the dirt was doing. So he's out there right now working away.
Well, anything like this is when you're starting fresh is a learning curve, and it just takes a little while to work the kinks out. But he is giving it his best effort to make it safe for the riders and the horses, and a fun place for fans to be there.
So in all actuality, the chamber basically are the ones that got that thing kind of crank started again. I mean, weren't the chamber kind of the...
You're pretty much looking at the man right here. Clay brought the idea to the table a couple of years ago.
Sure.
And then we took off with it. And so I give all kudos to Clay, really.
Because, I mean, really, up until the rodeo,
he's involved with horses, and he thought it would be something great for our community, and it really has.
There really wasn't anything going on down there until the rodeo started, was it? I mean...
They had some youth football practice, I think, but no.
But nothing like this.
Nothing like this. No real events to amount to anything.
And then, of course, you know, we've talked about the city of Bruton and stuff.
They really stepped up.
They stepped up and saw the potential of what could be down there. And so we're very fortunate that we've got their backing.
And this isn't, from what I understand, the end of their plans. There are still plans in the works for more bleachers on the other side. Scott is still mentioning covering the arena. They want to improve areas for electrical and water hookups for people that come in. And, well, just like this year at our rodeo on Thursday night, that rodeo is a separate jackpot. So contestants can enter the Thursday night rodeo, and then if they stay, they can enter the jackpot for the Friday and Saturday night rodeo.
Now, is all this PCA? Is that right?
PCA.
Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday.
And then during the day, we have the junior rodeo also going on, which is free admission. Come on out and see the kids. It's kind of great to watch. It's unbelievable, the kids out there, how little they are out riding these big old horses. And, I mean, just having a ball, you know.
They are tough. Those are
very tough.
Tough kids, tough cowboys and cowgirls. Their rodeo will start around 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and on Sunday morning they'll have cowboy church first Sunday morning before they start. And it, depending on how many contestants they have, it runs until 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
So, with y'all, this is the first year you're doing the Thursday night?
Yes. This is the first year we've expanded to Thursday.
And I'll tell you why we did that, Ken. Back in our planning days, is every year's been successful. We know that we're going to get one bad year, but we pray every year we don't get that. So when we were initially planning for this year's rodeo, and just to clarify to everybody out there, the rodeo is just like the Blueberry Festival. It's always on the same weekend of the same month each year. We don't. People say, why did you schedule it at the same time homecoming? Well, we didn't. It's always like that. So when we were initially planning this year, of course, Neil and Miller's homecoming was on the same weekend. And so we thought, what can we do to maybe open it up to where people can still do homecoming and the rodeo? Right. So by adding the Thursday night rodeo, we thought that would allow people to still come to the rodeo on Thursday that are in homecoming, and then do their homecoming festivities the weekend. Our stock contractor had mentioned it to us before. He said, have y'all ever thought about a Thursday rodeo? Because I've had to learn this over the years, that when a rider comes, a lot of times you'll notice they'll come in on Friday and they'll ride, and then they leave and go to another town to compete in a rodeo for Saturday, because they cannot compete Friday and Saturday. So by us doing this, it allows us to have two separate rodeos with two separate jackpots. So Thursday they'll be riding for, I believe, $300. to the winner, where Friday will be basically a 2-day rodeo, which will be Friday and Saturday combined scores. Then it's a $500 jackpot and the gold buckle. So that was the purpose of us adding the Thursday. And as of yesterday, when I talked to our stock contractor, the call-in was yesterday, and he said we were already booked for Thursday and Friday in all 8 categories, except one we were a little short in, which, as of Clay says, it's natural for the bucking horse to be a little short. But as of now, we already have a full rodeo Thursday, and then he said enough to have basically another rodeo after that on what they call slack. So that was the whole point in doing the Thursday rodeo, which now we feel like it's a great thing. And I also want to, put out there, I understand there's a lot going on this weekend. We know that. But this is an opportunity for people coming into town to send your parents out with your kids. Get the grandparents to bring the kids out to the rodeo. It gives you something to do with them while you're in Bruton. And then for those of you that are partying on Thursday and Friday, come out on Saturday, or, vice versa. But I know there's a lot going on, but I feel like it's not going to affect our rodeo. I feel like we have so many people out there that come that will find a way to make it because it's so much fun.
That's one thing we've seen from our past rodeos, is that this event in particular, in comparison to some of the other chamber events that we do, it does draw a lot of people from Bruton, but I would say that there are just as many people from well outside our local area that come to our rodeo every year. I know when they're working the ticket gates, they pay attention to the tags coming in, and you see them from even out of state, all over the place. People come to
Lots
Bruton
from Florida, lots from.
And that's a wonderful thing for our community, because these people might not ever come through Bruton if it weren't for this reason.
Sure.
Where was the girl from that contacted us from overseas? Where was she from? That says she's coming. She wants some rodeo culture.
I'm not sure.
I forget where, but she's supposed to be visiting
through the website, through the
she's
chamber
supposed to be visiting
website.
Alabama, and she wants to come see a rodeo. So I don't know if she's still coming. We need to get in touch with her. But
explain to me and everybody out there that I know a couple years ago there was some question, because I didn't understand. I'm really ever been big in the rodeo, what have you. I like to watch them, but you talk about slack. Explain what that is, where people can understand. Because I know a few years ago people were like, well, we got this riding in the slack or whatever afterwards, after this, and I don't think, just like me, I didn't understand what that meant.
They don't limit the number of contestants that can enter a rodeo, but if you allowed, say you have 25 barrel racers that enter, if you allowed all 25 of them to run during the rodeo performance, you'd be on the barrel racing section for an hour. So they limit each event in the rodeo to about 8 to 10 riders. That way your fans get to see a full rodeo. They get to see each event performed. And then slack is after the performance rodeo is over, then the rest of those contestants.
So it's a first come, first serve? Is that how that works?
I believe that's how it works.
So whoever signs up to begin with, those first 8 or 10 are going to be the ones that's going to make it to the show.
Into the show, yes.
But the points count just the same.
The
slack.
Yeah. They're all competing for the same thing, whether they ride in slack or ride in the performance.
So what you're saying is hang around for the
after show.
The after show.
Yeah. If you hadn't got enough by the time the first bull riding is over, stick around and you'll get to see more roping, more barrel racing.
Now, is it fair for me to say that most of your, maybe this is terrible, a bad word, but like most of your more known riders and things like that are going to get in quicker than, or do you see them in the, I guess people that might be kind of known in it, does that matter?
I don't think that matters as much as when they're able to get their call in.
They just want to get on.
Right. Yeah. And it doesn't matter to the rider as much either, because if he has the best time riding in slack, he's going to walk away with the same check that he would walk away with if he was riding during the performance.
Somebody may not see the winner on a Friday night. They may not see them ride a bull or ride. I mean, if they didn't hang around for the slack, let's say they had the best time or whatever in the slack,
right?
They may get awarded that, and you may never see them.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
And if you come on Friday, the winner may be riding on Saturday because Friday and Saturdays are combined.
Okay. So it's not individual nights then.
Just
it's
Thursday.
Just Thursday.
Is the only individual.
All right, now
night.
explain to me what is the deal with Thursday? Like, I mean, I know this is the first year y'all have done Thursday, correct? Is that because where you could get more points for people and that kind of thing? I mean, is that
will help contestants get more points because they get points for entering the rodeo, and then they get more points for a win. So if you can win Thursday night and win something during the Friday and Saturday rodeo, another benefit of that is they don't have to travel. Like Melanie was saying earlier, a lot of them do enter one rodeo on Friday night and one rodeo in a different town on Saturday night. In our instance, they can enter Thursday night, stay here in one place, and enter again on Friday, and then they'll probably enter another one somewhere on Saturday.
Like in Louisiana, there's another PCA this weekend, so they may leave here on Friday night as soon as they race or compete and drive to Louisiana to enter that one to try to win 500 here and 500 in Louisiana.
That's why some people may notice during the rodeo, you'll see some trucks and trailers pulling out before the rodeo's over, and it's not because they got mad that they didn't have a good run and threw their sucker in the dirt and they're leaving. They've done what they were there to do, and then they got to get on the road so they can make it to this next town.
And they're getting these points so that they qualify for national.
right?
finals,
Well, and that was I heard him, Sarge. My question was, or the reason I went back to the Thursday thing was because y'all said Thursday was separate from Friday and Saturday. Can you not separate Friday and Saturday as well? Is that not possible to do?
We could, but for each separate rodeo, you have to have a separate pot of prize money.
I got you.
And so, there's a minimum amount.
I got you.
So it would get to be pretty expensive to have 3 separate jackpots.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarge, you and PGP. I went back to that because I was curious as to why Thursday night counted as one night and Friday and Saturday counted as one. I didn't understand. I understood why y'all said y'all did Thursday. I just didn't understand why y'all didn't have just 1, 2, and 3 separate events, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right.
But the reason is you combine Friday and Saturday night. So y'all take point totals from Friday and is that how the Saturday night the winners are picked or what have you?
Depending on if it's a judged event or a timed event, it would be the winner would be the best time out of all the riders who rode Friday night and Saturday night.
I got you. Okay, well, no, I had everybody thinks I had a dumb moment. I understood what y'all said earlier about Thursday, but I just didn't understand why y'all didn't have 3 separate. Yeah, because Thursday was counted separate from the rest. So
I guess
and
we
that
ever
reason
found a good sponsor.
is just that.
So it's not that you can't. You
costs
could
more.
break it up.
Right.
I got you. Okay.
It would
No,
just,
that's a good question. I don't really know the answer to it because ever since we've started, it's been a 2-day rodeo. So I guess when we developed it, I thought it was all rodeos are 2-day rodeos.
Well,
most
I know that when you had it
I'm really
Thursday.
not sure the right answer there.
Well, when you had it Thursday, I thought it was all just one big giant thing. I didn't realize that Thursday stood by itself, so to speak.
well, the reason is that it really boils down to our financial ability because of having to have a separate jackpot for each separate rodeo that you have. Where
And the stock contractor may require a 2-day minimum for bringing in all the stock and, the bucking chutes and all that, like kind of making it worth his while too, making it 2 days. I'm not really sure
you definitely
on that.
have to have a 2-day rodeo. You can choose though whether you want
To
it
pay
to
out
be
each
a
night.
payout each night or combined over 2.
Okay. Speaking of Sarju, since we know you're on here today, shout out to you for sponsoring the rodeo. We really appreciate
Yes,
that.
thank you.
We didn't bring a list of sponsors because we're always scared we're going to leave somebody out, but this rodeo is put on each year, and it cost us a lot of money, and we couldn't do it without our sponsors. And so I want to thank everybody out there that's listening, and to let you know, to thank all the sponsors that you see at the rodeo this weekend. Huge shout out to Jalisco's for stepping up and being our gold buckle sponsor this year. We really appreciate that. They came in and that's what they wanted to do. I know that we see a lot of them out there at the rodeo, and they benefit a lot from the rodeo with everybody coming into town, eating at their restaurants. And that's one thing we really do appreciate. And this is going to be huge for our town. I think having the Thursday, like I said, people will stay for Friday. So I think our hotels will be full. I think our eating establishments will be busy, not only with homecoming, but with the rodeo.
In fact, the owner of Jalisco's told Judy when she came in that our upper level sponsors get a certain number of rodeo tickets with their sponsorship package. And she told Judy that that was going to be one of their busiest nights. She didn't know if they'd be able to use their tickets. And
so we told them to give them to the customers.
We said, give them to
if
your
you're out
best
there at
customers.
Jalisco's, you may want to ask them if they have some free tickets to give away.
But that's a great problem for them to have. If it can fill up their restaurant. Not that they need any help filling up that restaurant anytime, but this rodeo is good for our community in more ways than just for cowboys and cowgirls.
So, couple questions. Hot Rod wants to know, can you bring your own horse just to ride around?
I'm going to say negative, Hot Rod.
I guess he's talking about, like, out.
We don't have an open grand entry at this rodeo. That may be his question. Some rodeos have an open grand entry where any rider, whether they're contestant or not, can ride their horse in the grand entry. But at the PCA rodeo, only the contestants. And then we have some junior rodeo contestants that'll be carrying flags for us.
And Allie Sawyer wants to know about T-shirts. I know y'all have y'all make great T-shirts for every event y'all do. So where can they get T-shirts from? The night at the rodeo?
They will be at the rodeo.
We'll have them at the rodeo. They're supposed to arrive.
They're supposed to arrive today. And if they do, we'll post them on the website. You can get those at the chamber. They're white, short sleeve, long sleeve, comfort colors, with an emblem on the front, on the pocket area, and an emblem, and the same emblem on the back, red and blue in color.
They have a similar design to what you've seen on the rodeo banners around town.
Right. And anyway, supposedly they're going to be delivered today. And as soon as they're delivered, we will put that out there. You can stop by the chamber and get them, or you can get them this weekend at the rodeo. There
are advance tickets for the rodeo available now at the chamber office, too, if you'd like to go ahead and get your ticket ahead of time.
What does it cost to get in?
$10 for adults, $5 for children 12 and under. And it is, I've had a few questions about whether there was a wristband good for all weekend. That may be something that we should look at in the future if we continue a 3-night rodeo. But as of this year, we feel like that's a pretty fair price. And it is per night.
Okay. Gates will open at 6. Make that clear too. I know a lot of times we get there early. Gates will open at 6. Rodeo will not start until 8 o'clock. So I know I've had some people come earlier and then they would leave because they didn't realize it didn't start till 8. But the gates will open at 6 if you want to get there and not have to wait in a long line. But the rodeo will not start till 8 o'clock. Things to do there if you come early. Bow Bell with New Beginnings will have ponies there for pony rides for the kids. We'll have our blow-up horses there for them to race on. We will have the bucking bull will be there, so get there early if you want to compete in riding the bull. He will be set up, ready to go at 6 o'clock.
The mechanical bull.
The mechanical bull. What did I?
You just said mechanical.
I didn't put mechanical. Okay, so mechanical bull, and that is for children and adults.
Yeah.
So please come out and compete in that. Our food vendors will be the same as they've been in previous years. All of our fire department, police department, sheriff's department will all be out there. Rusty Miller will be there, and I'm going to put this out there because I know everybody loves it. Rusty Miller is cooking his famous tomato gravy and biscuits and pork chops on a stick all day, all night, every night. So please come out and get that. I know our Cowboys really appreciate Rusty and his crew. He feeds them every morning out there, makes them homemade tomato gravy. They look forward to coming to Bruton every year for that. And he is going to be serving that to sell to the public.
And all proceeds go to charities.
Yes, and I did not bring my list, but the fire department, the police department, the sheriff's office, all of those proceeds and Rusty's go to a local charity. So that is all staying local. And the police department, fire department, sheriff's department is using a new trailer that the city has bought. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it over at the fire department. They've been working tirelessly on getting that ready. But they will all be kind of working together this year, but they all sell separate food. A lot of good things to eat. And E and I will be there, which is the guy that sells the hot tamales that everybody loves and the fresh squeezed lemonade. So there's plenty to eat if you want to come early. And like I said, we'll have picnic tables out there. It's going to be comfortable. It's supposed to be 59 degrees. Wow. So you might have to break your coat out.
What about the sweet tea guy? Is he going to be there?
He doesn't come to the rodeo.
He doesn't. Okay.
I think the Career Center will be there, and I think they're selling sweet tea, cotton candy, popcorn, things like that.
Peanuts, funnel cakes.
I think Kona Ice is going to be there too.
Oh, yeah, Kona Ice will be there.
Might not need Kona Ice this year.
Might need hot chocolate like we did the first year, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. 59 degrees is going to get everybody in the spirit, I hope. Get everybody wanting to come out, put your fringe on, your cowboy boots, your tight blue jeans.
I know the chamber trailer is going to be selling like children's rodeo souvenirs this year. That's something that we hadn't had in the past, and we've had a lot of requests for. So
so we'll have a lot of light up neon hats, neon jewels, shotguns for the boys, all kind of toys to buy out there.
And then we have a tack vendor that sells saddles and
Cowhide
rugs that are great. He's been this will be his third year, I think, but his prices are great. Melanie will tell you that he's the best guy around to get a cowhide rug from.
If you're looking for a good cowhide, best prices around, great selection, great quality. I've had mine for 3 or 4 years. Clay talked me into it, said it's so easy maintenance. It is.
It really is.
Easy to clean. If you're in the market for a cowhide rug, come out and see him.
And there's one other guy coming too that does art.
Yeah, like rodeo home decor, I think. Western themed home decor.
Not quite sure what that is. We'll all be out there to check it out.
So, another quick question. This is kind of off the rodeo thing for a second. Sargie wants to know when the Christmas parade is going to be put back on Saturday. That's a question. I didn't know it wasn't on Saturday, but
it's on Friday evening. It's a nighttime rodeo. Nighttime parade.
Yeah. And I think everybody
It was on Saturday.
It used to be on Saturday, yeah.
Because
but it used to be on Saturday mornings. Maybe that's what she's talking about.
Right.
But now it's on Friday.
Conflict with Atmore's night parade, isn't it?
Yes.
Why it was moved to Friday?
Like Noni said, lots of our events are we just do them the same time every year. And so ours is the first Saturday, our first Friday, second Saturday, something like that in December. And then Atmore does have theirs on Saturday evening. And lots of participants in the Bruton parade also participate in the Atmore parade.
Such as your bands and things. And I think that's where maybe we came into a
ran into it, yeah. Okay. So get there early and Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Of course, like y'all said, doesn't matter about homecoming and all that. If you're out having a good time, come down and have a good time at the rodeo.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Lots to do down there. Anything else y'all want to say or tell anybody about it? If you buy 10 tickets, you get one free.
Sure. We'll do any kind of thing.
I'm just throwing that out there. So
we do appreciate you having us on this morning to help promote it. We appreciate all our sponsors again. They'll be well represented at the rodeo. So if you see a sign for a business that you go into, please remember to tell them thank you for supporting the rodeo, because they are our sponsors, help keep this going every year.
We definitely could not do it without all the sponsors.
Okay, so let's see. It starts on Thursday nights. What time is the gate? So 6 on Thursday. So every night, 6 o'clock.
Every night, 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Rodeo at 8. Every night.
Rodeo at 8. So get there early and
come hungry.
Yeah, I don't think you have a problem having somewhere to sit in those bleachers. Not from what I've seen.
No.
We've got plenty of room to sit.
Comfortable.
And good and a good view no matter where you're sitting in.
The bottom row starts at the top of the arena fence, so everybody ought to have
you
a
can't
good
go
view.
wrong. All right, well, Clay, I think has Melanie? Have you signed the board, Mel? Have you been?
I haven't signed the board.
Okay, so Mel and Clay's got to sign it. I think Linda has signed it. Linda can sign it again, but Melanie and Clay, y'all have to sign the board. Is it? Hal, is there a Sharpie right there next? Yep. Yeah, y'all got to sign the board.
Okay.
Just don't. It'll smear you. Well, I ain't telling you. You made it.
Okay.
So, just pick somewhere you want to sign and sign.
I have a thought.
Okay.
Is the show almost over?
It's not far from it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a thought.
Okay.
When we were talking about all this, Monty's going to kill me. But we were discussing.
I have nothing to do with this.
But
Chief.
he's not. I know
Nothing.
he's not listening. So,
But if he does, I'm gonna make this real clear. I have nothing to do with what's about to be
just
said.
throw this out there, and then I'm gonna let you continue with it through the week, maybe. But we were talking about it's always an issue in Bruton when we're gonna trick or treat, and I've had several people ask me. But I'm asking this because Sarge, you asked about the Christmas parade. Why don't you throw that out there? Because Halloween is on Wednesday night this year. So, and for some reason, he gets to decide when we trick or treat in Bruton. Do y'all think it's a good idea to trick or treat on Wednesday night, or do we move it and make something up crazy and do it like on Tuesday and Thursday after Halloween?
They didn't already.
I thought
on that.
somebody told me. I thought they'd already moved it to Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Well, we were talking about it the other night, and he's like, "What should we do?" I think we should do it on Wednesday when Halloween is. But now,
I thought the council voted last time to do it on.
oh, see, Hal knows more than I know.
I don't know. I thought I heard somebody say it was on
100%
on Tuesday night this year. Yeah.
Okay, well then scratch all of that.
I'm all for having it on Saturday night.
Connie
Saturday
probably
night
let us
before.
Saturday night before.
Yeah, which is the pygmies coming to town. We're gonna have trunk or treat anyway. Why don't everybody just come down there and trick or treat? You ain't
That's
gotta
a
worry
good
about it.
idea. I didn't realize you were doing trunk or treat down there.
Put them all in one spot.
Yeah.
Sure. are. Yeah.
Okay, well
I
then
imagine
We
there's
don't-
scratch the whole
homeowners
idea.
that
We're
don't
gonna trick or treat, I guess, on
appreciate
Tuesday.
We don't have a lack of cars to be able to do trunk or treat with. So that's a good thing. We can set up a bunch of cars to do that with. So
We may need to use those cars this weekend to shuttle people in if it does get too wet.
well, hey,
The
we can
pickup trucks, throw them on the back of the pickup truck.
work that. We go out there and get that big army truck
Yes.
and bring that army
Just
truck
load
down
them up
there
on the
and
back of the
you
army
load them
truck.
can load as many as you want to load. And that, I think hold probably 20 people in the back of it or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Now, you got to sign a waiver every time somebody goes up the ladder to get on it and come down.
Connie said they voted last meeting to move it to Tuesday.
Thank you, Connie, for clarifying that.
Okay. So there it is, Tuesday. And they said Hal's awake down there now. So
Well, this last minute for me. I get this call saying, "Why aren't you over here?" And I said, "Well, didn't get the memo, but anyway."
Didn't read the memo.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Tuesday's good. Like I told someone, maybe Connie or somebody I was talking to, I said, if we're gonna do that on Saturday night down there, why not have everybody come down there and all? I think Linda and I talked about that one time.
Yeah.
Why not have everybody come to all one spot?
I really think, the way when we were growing up, you went to every house, every neighborhood and stuff, but I think a lot of us has talked about maybe doing something in one place. It's wonderful to see all the kids up and down Bevel Avenue and stuff, but it's also dangerous.
Yeah, and I guess it was dangerous way back in the day when we all did it, but we just did it right.
We didn't realize.
Nobody thought about 25 kids on the back of a truck and thought that was dangerous back in those days.
Back in those days, like Neil, had the Halloween carnival set up on the football field.
Right.
And you kind of had a central place to start at, so maybe we could work in something like that.
Well, hey, the good thing about it is I'm sitting here with 4 people that knows how to make things happen. So I'm going to turn that over to y'all and let y'all handle all that.
Like I said, don't forget the pygmies.
Yeah. So, well, listen, thank y'all for coming on. I know everybody is excited about the rodeo.
Hal wants to continue.
I just want to remind everybody.
Well, I'm going to let Hal continue because I got something I'm going to talk to Hal about without y'all present. Y'all can listen to it, but
y'all need to go on.
I'm going to let y'all sign the
need to go
board.
on.
I'm going to let y'all sign the board. Then we're going to
Thanks for having us.
because there's some other stuff that people have asked on here that really don't have anything to do with y'all. But I'm gonna go down there, and y'all probably don't want to be here for that. So
Thank you.
y'all probably ready to go. Thank y'all. Did you get? Yeah, you got it.
I got it.
Okay, Linda's already signed it, so we're good there. I'm gonna grab these and move these out of the way. Pull that down. Put that over there, Hal. Now that we've made a ton of noise.
Return from our commercial break.
Yep.
Let's physical therapy
There you go. Get all this picked back up before DJ has a fit. All right, so I saw it asked earlier. Typically, Tuesdays is Top 5 Tuesday, Hal.
Yeah.
You know what that means? DJ normally puts out his top 5.
Right.
And I saw him put it out earlier. I just got to find it. So, let's see here. Let me find it. Where did he...
Of course, I kind of disagree with some of DJ's top 5, but...
You and about 99% of everybody else out there. Let me see here. I had it. The longest time I had it sitting here waiting to put it out. And hold on. I'm going to find it. Here we go. Getting close. All right, here we go. So, DJ's top 5, since it's Top 5 Tuesday, okay? Just because DJ ain't here don't mean we ain't going to give it. Here we go. Number 1, University of Central Florida.
No surprise there.
Still on top. Number 2, the Dogs, Georgia.
They played a great game.
Still number 2. Number 3, Clemson.
Clemson, I kind of disagree with that one, but anyway.
Number 4, Ohio State.
Yeah, who can argue with Ohio State right now? I mean, they have played pretty good ball.
Number 5, Notre Dame.
Well, you know my opinion of them, but they are they're what they've done on the field kind of justifies that.
Yeah. So for everybody that didn't think you were going to get the top 5, there is the top 5. Top 5 Tuesday. DJ normally hooks it up, but today he had some things he had to take care of, and so I wanted to make sure we got that out there. Again, there'll be no Thursday night pick this week. All the games will be from Friday and Saturday. We will have those up sometime Wednesday or Thursday for everyone wanting to make their picks. And I'm going to tell you, last weekend was a tough weekend.
I know, I know you didn't have the show yesterday, but if you wasn't at Bruton Municipal Stadium last Friday night, you missed a heck of a ball game. It didn't quite turn out like I wanted it to, but that's the way the ball bounces sometimes. And but some great games coming up this weekend to pick from.
Yes, it is. Let's see here. I'm waiting on a piece, Ron Kennedy. Something went bad on it. I'm just waiting on a piece. Should be back up in about 30 minutes. Speaking of that, hey, tough loss Friday night at Municipal Stadium. Hard fought game.
It really was.
I'm going to tell you right now, could have went either way. 2 great football teams and
two class programs.
Oh, no doubt. But I'll tell you this too. No matter what, T.R. Miller, I think is you're putting a good football team on the field. I think they're going to be okay this season. DJ and I've talked about that 6 weeks ago. If you'd have told me, we would be sitting here talking about Miller is 5-1 and had ever played right down to the wire on the Mobile Christian game.
Yes,
that's something. I also want to say this too. How about that, Colton James? Boy, happy birthday, Colton, my nephew.
Oh yeah, and
10 years old today.
Roger's daughter's a year old today.
Yeah, happy. I did see that, and meant to say that earlier. Also, want to say, WS Neal with a big win Friday night over Monroe County, and
let's not forget our bands too.
Yeah,
them had a heck of a show on Saturday at competition.
They did. They did.
We want to congratulate both of them for sure.
That was a weird deal, wasn't it? They had a Andalusia competition held at OP, but something to do with the construction of.
Is that what it was? Yeah, I mean, I know that Andalusia's building that new stadium over there, but.
No movie night, Amanda. We're doing the Pygmies on the 27th, so we won't be doing anything on the 20th. Not with us. There may be a movie night for somebody else, but I think the 20th is the Cold Moon Festival, isn't it?
I think it's,
the music festival. Yeah. So, you may want to make sure and check that out. And let me say this. weather permitting, I don't know. I'm supposed to be on a business trip for the rest of the week. One of the flights has already been canceled. I'm not sure about what's going to happen from there. So
That'll break your heart, won't it?
Yeah, we may or may not be back on tomorrow. If we are, if my trip gets canceled, we'll be back tomorrow and Thursday and Friday to help everybody remember how to stay safe in Hurricane Michael. That doesn't involve a pot, a whistle, or a helmet.
Right.
Now, I mean, you can use all that to be safe, but we got other ways to stay safe as well. One of them's right here. We'll talk more about that tomorrow if we make it in here.
Yeah. Also, I want to remind everybody there's still time. Come by the dealership, Chamber of Commerce office, wherever. We still have the petitions out to keep a man in jail that does need to stay there. I think we're running out maybe this week or next week is the last time. So stop by and show your support to some families that really need it.
There you go. All right, so we are going to get out of here, and I'm gonna just play what I played a while ago because for some reason this internet, well, go figure, it's not wanting to work at all like it's supposed to, which shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, but those of y'all that watch a lot. Y'all have a good Tuesday. Get ready for Michael. They're saying, what, tomorrow evening?
Sometime tomorrow is what I've been seeing. Depends on which module you look at. Some of them show tomorrow morning, some show tomorrow afternoon, some show tomorrow night. But
listen, bread, water, Little Debbie's.
I remember after driving, Ken called me and he said, "Hey, we're going to try to make it to Greenville to get some stuff. You need anything?" Anyway, I won't tell you what I needed, but anyway, it's a great thing to have friends after a situation like that to keep it well supplied with stuff.
Yes. So any of y'all that need supplies, make sure you go ahead and get supplied up, get ready to go because we never know what we might be dealing with, what we might not be dealing with. We just don't know.
Right.
What's that?
Roger said cold beverages.
Yes. Well, that was part of it. We didn't mention that part of it, did we, Hal?
No, we was trying to anyway.
Yeah, but anyway.
Connie says the 20th for the Bill Peavy and the Mulligan Brothers.
Yeah, that's the Cold Moon Music Festival, October 20th. Yeah. So that'll be that night. We will have bring these down a little bit. So we'll have that going on. Then the following weekend we'll have the Halloween with the Velcro Pygmies. Of course, this coming up weekends, as you well know, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, we have the Chamber of Commerce PCA Rodeo, which is always a big event, especially should be even bigger this year with homecoming. More people in town, more people to come out and check it out and see what's going on.
Melanie had a great idea. The grandparents that got the grandkids while the parents out enjoying their reunion. Bring them down, give them something to do. We'll babysit for you.
Man, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you go about beating that?
But that's something to do. We got plenty of stuff for the kids to do down there, and just sitting around watching rodeo and people perform like that. Of course, we got the Trick Rider. We didn't talk about her coming back this year, but that's something to see.
Well, come down and check it out. How about that?
Yeah, just come on. We'll have it there waiting for you.
There you go. All right, so y'all have a good Tuesday, Two for Tuesday, Tube Sock Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. And weather permitting and no trip permitting, we'll catch y'all back here tomorrow. If not, we will catch y'all back next Monday morning, 8:30 a.m.-ish, right here on Drive Time. For Hal Whitman, Ken James, we'll catch you later.
Thank you for tuning in to the Dirty 30's #1 broadcast, Drive Time with DJ and KJ. Tune in next time when you'll hear DJ say,
"Good morning and welcome to this edition of The Feel Good."